Welcome to my weekly spiel. Welcome to my weekly spiel. Yada yada blah blah blah. Yada yada blah blah blah. It's time for Margaret's weekly spiel. Greetings and salutations. This is Margaret Franklin of Margaret Franklin Creations with the latest news about all the stuff I'm doing these days. I am going to be making a quilt for Laura Smith featuring all kinds of sea creatures, like hippocampuses, mermaids, sea monsters, and although I have tons of resources with like lots of coloring books and stuff, I want to start with the hippocampus from Crystal Beach. My first hippocampus that I ever rode from the beloved Crystal Beach carousel. It was auctioned off sometime before 1989. I remember being heartbroken when I got there in '89 and my beloved PTC menagerie was gone. In its place there was a nice aluminum Alan Herschel from the 50s, but molded carousels just don't have the same personality as carved ones, especially my beloved hippocampus here. He's gone to a private collector, and I used my printer to make a copy, and I'm obviously almost out of ink, but I think I have enough here that I can use carbon paper to trace them onto the fabric. Anyway, I am almost finished Riley's quilt. That's the granddaughter of my friend Marlene at Support Group. Here we have Applejack, looking a little froggy. We have a bunch of rainbows. We have, I believe this is Rainbow Dash, some ice cream, and we have a purple unicorn standing at a podium reading from a book. And here we have, I believe this is Rarity. She's standing at the podium reading. And here we have another ice cream cone. And here we have, I believe this is Fluttershy. And this other little horse dressed up for Halloween with her little bag and her little crown. And here's Applejack and the Froggy again. And the granddaughter's name is Riley, so I am embroidering her name at the bottom of this square, which is going to need ironing. Oh, crap. Hold on a sec. Ugh. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be embroidered here on this picture. There's a bigger picture of Rainbow Dash. Oh, is it still caught in the frame? Nope, just one little corner. And these two little girls. And then there's, I believe this is Pinkie Pie with some sunflowers. And I am also starting a new project for Roll Summit for his new granddaughter, Zinnia. This quilt is going to have all kinds of flowers and butterflies. There's this swirly floral motif. I believe this kind of flower looks like it could be a zinnia. And this design with butterflies and flowers, I think some of the turquoise ones look like peacock feathers. And the one I'm currently working on, an assortment of different butterflies and a big dragonfly in the middle. I have quite the assortment of floral and dragonfly motifs, and I'm multitasking between these three projects, and I'm hoping that I'll be done as soon as possible, considering that I have all these. I've put together 2 PowerPoint presentations for Carousel West, which I'm going to put in the box with Roll Summit's completed quilt. Just waiting for the rest of his payment. And when I just got Laura's money yesterday after much hassle. Money Mart was downtown finally gave it to me, because there are 2 places down the road from me, Cash Money and Cash for You. And the first time I went there, they said the money was on hold for 9 hours. And then the next day, or the day after that, Sunday afternoon, I went there after church. Cash for You is closed on Sunday, and the cash money said that my thing had already been cashed and they wouldn't give it to me. And I said, well, if it's already been cashed, I didn't get the money. And I guess I notified Laura. She sent me a screenshot of her cell phone saying the money was still there. So yesterday after support group, I went to the Money Mart downtown and the man at the counter was super nice and he gave me my money, finally. So after I get my payment from Royal Summit, Jeanette and I are going to go to the travel agent and we are going to book our flight to Myrtle Beach. I can't believe it. Tomorrow's the 1st of March already. Yay! Woo! Anyway, Myrtle Beach has direct flights going from Porter Airline in Toronto on the islands. So I guess the airport shuttle would take us onto a ferry that goes to the Porter Airlines. This will be a real adventure for me because I've never been to Porter Airlines before. That airport has really expanded. Jeanette and I, when we went to Center Island in the summer, we didn't take the regular Center Island ferry. We took one of the others. I think it might have been Hanlon's Point, and that takes you to where the airport is. I don't know if it actually go to the airport per se, but we walked all the way from Hanlon's Point to Centerville, and it took us 2 hours. I remember doing the same walk by myself when I was living in Toronto, because I had the day off from work, and I thought, hey, I'm going to go to Center Island. And I took one of those smaller ferries. Like, there are no seats on it. It's mostly for people traveling with bicycles. And this time when we got there, like, the airport had really, really expanded. So it took us forever. And before we could go on any rides, the first thing we did was go to the Carousel Cafe and have our lunch. And I've talked about that day before. It was so nice to ride the Center Island Carousel after being told it wasn't there anymore, and then finding out from the staff on the website that it's still there. And on my next birthday, I might go to Woodbine Centre. I don't know yet. Depends on money. I definitely don't want to miss this year's Carousel Convention either. Myrtle Beach Carousel Convention, I am going to have to sell a lot of quilts. I'm going to have to be busy as a buzzy bee. Maybe even give up eating and sleeping. Nope. I have to plop down for my nap around 3 o'clock. Usually when I've had my medication, I feel drowsy. That's the time of the afternoon that I am low on energy. So I've kind of given up on going to my afternoon groups because by the time they're over, it's pill time and the buses are packed. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I gotta get back to work on my projects, and I will loaderize this video just before I talk to Jeanette. We're gonna do FaceTime this afternoon. We've been doing that a lot lately because the weather's been kind of crappy these days. I don't want to go out when it's slippery, and I don't want to go out when I have to trudge over huge piles of snow that are blocking my path. We had a major dump of snow last night. I don't know how bad the curbs are now, but it had a chance to melt, and walking conditions were good yesterday. Jeanette wanted to show me this really amazing store downtown, and it was closed. There was a sign on the door. It said, closed because somebody had to go to Cuba. Those were those exact words, pretty much. Closed because somebody had to go to Cuba. Well, seriously, I hope they're having a good time. People deserve their vacations. They've worked hard for them. And I really hope that they're having a nice time. And I didn't really feel like staying out much longer anyway. I was getting tired. And it was a relief finally getting my money. Anyway, I must go for now. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Be back soon. Thanks for watching Weekly Spiel.